Next, we have the natural point of aim. All right, with the natural point of aim, what I mean by that is everyone's body structure is slightly different. All right, but there is a point where my structure, if I bring my hands together right in front of me, right, where my hands meet, that's where they naturally have center line. All right, so the positioning of my body will change where my hands meet. So it's important, after I've figured out that good stance, I want my toes, my hips, and my shoulders squarely pointed at my target. All right, that will align my natural point of aim where I need it to be. All right, so if I have my feet set, my toes are pointed forward, my hips are pointed, and my shoulders are pointed forward, and I'm slightly leaning forward. Now, if I clap my hands, right, they naturally meet in the middle. Okay, if I take this leg and I come in close and open my toes, my hips are now pointed off center to the left. All right, what happens is now where they want to meet is naturally over here. For me to get back on target, I need to fight against my natural point of aim. All right, I'm turning my hips and my shoulders. I'm now feeling somewhat of a strain on the left side of my body because I'm using muscles to drive the gun over to target. Okay, so the issue when you fight against your natural point of aim is that during recoil or when you're moving fast and aggressively, right, you'll come off center line. You're adding a lateral variable that doesn't need to be there. All right, so we want to start toes, hips, and shoulders square with our target, so my hands naturally, without me needing to think or do anything, come right to center line. Now all I have to worry about is my vertical orientation of the gun, not my lateral movements. If you struggle finding your natural point of aim where your hands meet, what you can do with your left foot, you can adjust the positioning, right, of that toe. Because what you see is as I open this toe, my hips start to shift to the left. As I close it, right, my hips shift back center, right? So I'm changing my natural point of aim by the positioning of my back foot, right? That's something you have to find for yourself because everyone's bodies are different. Okay, so I have a very simple drill just to dial in our body's natural point of aim. So we'll get set up on a target, roughly anywhere from 3 to 5 yards. It's up to you. I'm about 3 yards from the target. I'm going to make sure that my feet, my hips, and my shoulders are naturally pointed squarely at the target. All right. I then want to take my hands, bring them up in front of me and clap where they naturally want to meet. I don't feel any strain in my arms or in my sides, right? They're naturally pointed dead center of the target. Now I want to close my eyes, imagine myself going about a foot off to the left, a foot off to the right, and come back to what feels like center where I don't have any strain in my arms or sides. I then open my eyes and I'm pointed squarely back in the center of the target. If I wasn't square at the target, what I can do is I take my back foot and all I do is move slightly the angle of my foot. If I come off to the left, my hips naturally start to point to the left. If I close my toe, my hips naturally start to push back to the right. All right, so I'm making minor adjustments to my body's natural point of aim. All right, so once again, I'm squared. Now I'm going to do it with my firearm. Bring the gun up. I make sure that I'm centered on the target. I'm going to close my eyes. Imagine myself going about a foot off to the left, foot off to the right, and back to what I feel like is center. Then I open my eyes. And I can see that my gun is centered back on the center of the target.